Okay, I think I fixed the microphone issue, so hopefully you could hear me this time. Before I go and show you how to transfer the files from your phone to your computer, I just wanted to show you a quick thing about YouTube if you don't know. When you're watching a video, if you go over here where it says settings, you'll see like a little cogwheel. You go to quality and you could change the quality. What that means is the actual image quality. The higher the number, the higher the image quality is going to be, and obviously the opposite for the lower number. The reason why this is important is because if you're on a slow network and the video keeps on pausing and trying to catch back up again, you could set the value a little bit lower, and that should speed things up because your computer or phone is processing less. So in addition to that, another thing is this button right here maximizes, so you can watch things in full screen, which might be easier for this video depending if you watch it on your phone or on your computer. Okay, when you try and do this on your phone, you will see this most likely. You might not see the settings. You don't even need this on most phones. If you just turn it to the side, it'll automatically make it full screen. As for the settings here, you'll usually see that in the top screen over here. It's usually three little dots, and you'll click that and it'll take you to the settings from there. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to show you how to transfer your photos from your phone to your computer. So the first thing you have to do, like I told you before, was you need to take that USB cable, the one you use for the charger, plug one end out of the charger. You're going to take one end that goes into your phone, plug that into your phone, and the other end you're going to plug into any open USB port on your computer. Okay, so once you have that plugged in, you should get a little pop-up screen and maybe a notification sound. So I'm plugging mine in right now. Okay, so you should see the pop-up. There's the pop-up right there. Okay, so once you get this pop-up, I'm going to show you what to do if you don't get this pop-up. But if you do get this pop-up, you're going to go right here, open device to view files. Okay, once you do that, you should see internal storage. But I'm going to show you what to do real quick in case that doesn't happen. If you don't get a pop-up, there's two options that you might need to do. First one, you go over here to your Windows button, bottom left-hand corner. It might look a little different depending on your version of Windows. You're going to click that, and then you're going to go up here to where it says computer. You click that, and it's going to open up all your drives. The ones on the top, whatever you see, if it says hard disk drive, that's what you store all your stuff on, your operating system. If you have a DVD or CD player, that'll be like something like this. And under portable devices, where you should see your phone. It all depends. It all depends on if you named your phone or not. It might not pop up in portable devices, but it will pop up someplace, and the icon won't look like any of these. It'll look something like this or something similar. So if you don't get it, you can click it here, double click it, and then you'll get to your phone. Okay. One thing to remember, it might take a little while for it to load up depending on your phone speed, your computer speed, and the type of cable that you're using. Okay, last thing, if you don't get a pop-up, and if you go here into computer and you don't see anything here, that might mean you need to change your USB options on your phone. So I took a couple of screenshots to show you what it'll look like. So this is my phone. Up here in this corner, you should see a little icon that looks like this. Now remember, you only need to do this if you weren't able to get to the folders the other way. If you were able to, you could completely ignore this next part. So, but if you do need to get into here, this little icon here is your USB. This is the top of your phone where you see the time and everything. You would take your finger up here and swipe down. When you swipe down from here, you'll see your notification window, which will look something like this. Okay? And right here, USB charging, tap to change options. Remember, once again, only do this if you weren't able to get to the folders the first way that I showed you. So once you tap this with your finger, you'll get another screen like this. It'll look something similar. And you could use a USB connection for charging, power supply, file transfer, and other things. What you want to do is go to file transfer. I know you want to transfer photos, but go to File Transfer anyway. So once you click that, you should see, instead of this one being highlighted, you should see that highlighted, just like that. Okay? And for the time being, just click just once. And once you do that, you're done. If you plug your phone back in, which I'm going to do again, you should get that pop-up again. And if that pop-up doesn't happen, it's because you don't have autoplay enabled, and that's fine. You can still go through the other way of going through computer and clicking on it here. So once you get here, this is your internal storage. If you have another card on it, you'll probably see the external storage as well. So you're going to click on this, actually double click on it, and then your folders are going to pop up. So you see all different folders. You're going to have one for pictures, and you're probably going to want to click on that right away, but chances are your pictures might not be stored there. It all depends on your phone setup. If you transferred pictures from your camera into your pictures folder, chances are you probably didn't, so I would recommend going here first to check. It's DCIM. You double click that folder, and you should see your camera folder. You double click on that, and then your pictures are going to load up. Like I said, all of these folders and everything you click on might take much longer than they take when I do it. And when they do load, you might see a green progress bar going up here and going all the way across, and like right around this area, it'll probably look like it's stuck and it'll take forever. You just have to wait until it's completely done and this area is white again. Okay, so once that's done, you'll see your pictures, all the pictures that you have. I recently reset my phone, so I don't have any pictures, so I took a couple of pictures around the room. So once you're here, you could just click on each photo to see whatever it is that you want, or if you want to take all of them, I'll show you how to do that as well. If you have a different view than mine, you can change it. If you go up to here, you should see a little window like this. You could change icons. You can make them much larger so you could see the pictures better. You can make them smaller. You can even put them in a list. You could show details like the file type and the dates they were taken and things like that, depending on if you allow that on your camera. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at the default for me. And there's several ways that you can now transfer to your computer. The first way is by dragging and dropping. You can left click on a file and hold down left click and move over and put it anywhere you want. Say I put it right there, and then the picture will be there. Okay? Or you can hold down the right click button. When you do and you remove your mouse, you'll see this little window like this. So you'll hold it down, drag across everything, and let go. And then you'll click copy. Okay? And then once you do that, you can go anywhere on your desktop and right click and select paste. And when you do, the photos will paste there. Okay, so that's one way you can do it, but you're going to clog up your desktop with a bunch of stuff, so I'll show you a better way to do it. What you can do is make a folder for your photos. So anywhere on your desktop, you right click, and then you're going to go to new, and then you're going to go to folder. Okay, and once you click that, you could change the name to anything you want. For now, we'll just put it at photos. But if for some reason you're not able to edit the name, you highlight over it, you just put your mouse over it and click one time. When you click one time, why is it not working? There it goes. You got to click by the name. So go over the word, left click one time, and a window, it will pop up and you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, so once that's done, you have a folder there, and you want to put your pictures into that folder. So you can, there are two ways to do that. You can open up the folder by double clicking on it, and then you can drag files over, or I don't know why it sent all of them. That's weird. Oh, because I had them all selected. Hold on. Let me do this one more time. Delete those. Okay, so you can take them one by one and drag them over if you want. but you know, it's time consuming. Or you can, like we talked about before, right click, hold it down. You see the window. Make sure you drag it over everything and let go. Okay? And then you can go over any of the photos and right click and click copy. And it's going to select all of them. And then you go into your new folder, click on it to make sure it's selected, right click, and click paste. And you'll see them all compile. And once again, you know, depending on computer, phone, and the cable that you're using, it could take a lot longer than this is taking. But that is all the ways that you can do it. There are more complicated ways to put it into different folders, but I'm sure it'd be much easier for you to just create a folder on your desktop. That way you can organize it and make it much easier. One last thing, if the windows are too small, this little square button up here maximizes the windows. You can make them larger and smaller. If it's default size you don't like, you can go to the corner, like see the bottom right hand corner, see how my mouse changes from an arrow to like 2 arrows, and you could just drag. You could do it on any corner. You could drag this way, go on the bottom, drag this way, or if you go in the corner, you could drag both of them. You can make any shape that you want. So it might be a little easier, especially if you have a lot of files. And you don't have to select all of them at once. If you have a ton of them, you know, you could go through a few of them, select a few of them. You could also put it in list file. If you put it in list file and you have a bunch of them, it'll probably be easier to, you know, get them all. Another thing you can do also is after you're done, if there's a photo you don't want, you can just right click on that and click delete and then confirm it. When you delete the photo, it's going to go to your recycle bin. And to empty your recycle bin, you go over it and you right click, go over here to empty recycle bin, left click it, and then left click yes. And you delete everything that's there. All right, so I hope this helps. If it doesn't, give me a call and I'll help walk you through some more.